To sew the stories together, you need a title dedication page where you've got the title on one side, dedication on the other, and it's folded in half. The story will be typed. Make sure you've got page 1 at the right place, and it's sized right in after the dedication page for the story, like this. The other thing you need is the logo page for the PTO, so just fold that, and it'll be right on top. Normally our stories are just the one page, but they'll be in multiples of 4, so sometimes you might have two sheets like this. So if you look at it before you sew it, you'll have logo page, title and author, dedication, and then story, and make sure it's numbered right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You don't want to put the story in backwards, which I've done before. Okay, so there it is. Make sure you got a nice good crease. Now, when you go to sew it, I use the big thumbtack in order to punch the holes in easily. And you're going to put one hole in the middle first, punches right through, and you want an odd number, so I do 3 on either side of the middle one. It doesn't have to be spaced perfectly, evenly. It just needs to be spaced. Can you see them? Okay. So 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom. And then I'm done with the thumbtack. Then you're going to be using dental floss, which you'll find in the workroom, and on the back will be 2 needles. So you thread it. It's better to put too much dental floss as opposed to not enough. Double it, but you don't need to knot it because you'll be tying it later. So when you sew it, you've got your 7 holes. Turn it over in the back, start in the middle, and go all the way through. And stop about with this much of a tail that you want to keep to tie later with. So I'm just going to hold that so it doesn't pull through. Then you can go the top or bottom, it doesn't matter, and you just sew it through. From the bottom, and you go back up again, through to the top, through the top hole. Then you're going to turn it over and sew back down to the middle. So here you are in the top. You're going to go to the second hole and go through the same hole you came through the first time going up, which then means it'll be sewn on both sides. Come back through the middle hole, the second hole, third hole, excuse me. Now when you get to the middle, hold your thread and go through it to the back side. And then you're just going to go down and come up. Go down. Then you're going to come back up in the same hole one time to the front and one more time. So you should see a continuous line of thread here. And on the back, you've got one space that isn't, and that's where you're going to cut the thread and then tie it in a knot. This is wax, so once you've tied it, it usually holds pretty well. I just tie it twice, and then I cut the strings and just leave a little bit of a tail, because that won't be bulky. And then you've got your story sewn together.